everyone. I am Dr. Sakisha, one of the co-founders and author of the book, Marriage Can Win. My husband Eric and I have been together for 22 years, and we've been married for the last 17 years. We have two beautiful children, our 13-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son. But we have with us an amazing guest today, Miss Colleen Otero, and she's a beauty, business, and branding expert, and I want her to tell you a little bit more about herself.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Sakisha, for having me. I am your beauty expert, Colleen Otero. I am a mother of 4 boys, married 15 years to my high school sweetheart, and I'm just excited to be here. I am into beauty, as Dr. Sakisha said, and branding and business. I love all things beautiful, honey.
Yes.
So that is me. So I'm excited to be here with you.
Like her shirt says, beauty and brains. All right, Colleen, you know, one of the things as married women, one of the issues I think we really need to talk about is sex. It's a challenge. It's a part of that great divide in marriage. What are your views on sex in marriage?
Oh gosh, it's necessary.
Very necessary.
But you know, for us being married out of high school, one of the things that I found challenging was what sources do you go to learn more
That's true.
about it without, you know, tapping into pornography or tapping into, like, where do you go to learn more about it and just learning more of your body? Because a lot of the things that you see out there are things that I wouldn't want to open myself up to, or, you know, my marriage up to, or anything like that. So it takes a lot of communication. It takes having the right people in your life that are open enough to talk about it. You know what I mean? So that was one of the challenges for us being young and getting married, and really just kind of getting to really know each other and be okay with exploring and communicating. What does this one expect? What does that one expect? What does this one like? What do you dislike?
So let's talk about sex today, Colleen. You have lots of cultures out there that they actually talk to the young women before they get married and prepare them for sex. What are your thoughts and your feelings on that?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I think it's absolutely needed. Growing up in my household, the sex talk was like this: don't have sex. That was the sex talk, and I was like, you know, like, there's so much more in between there, and so that's just kind of how it was. I'm West Indian, you know, born in Jamaica, but my mom and dad was like, just don't have sex. I don't want to hear you having sex, and that was that was it. But what is it? You know, so I'm like, well, why not? And what is that like? And so as, you know, a young couple, for my husband and I, and getting married and things of that nature, we explored. You know, we were not married. You know, my son is 1, and then we got married afterwards. But that's just, you know, our situation, our story. So I wanted to know more about it. What was this about? And one of the challenges, I think, especially for young couples that are trying to really keep themselves pure until marriage, is what resources are out there. Yes. You know, you don't want to get into pornography. So the churches won't talk about it. Like, what are the resources, you know, for us to pull from, you know, for us to gain more knowledge and information on that? So preparation for us was practice.
Yes. But preparation is key
So
in terms
I don't know
of
how it was
resource.
for you and Eric, but we practiced.
For us, our challenge was because he was experienced and I was not. It was a trial and error for us too, you know, finding out his expectations, you know, what he liked, what he wanted, and pretty much everything I knew nothing about. So we had to have those candid conversations in regards to his expectations versus my lack of knowledge completely in that area.
Right.
And like you say, sometimes the churches won't talk about it. Sometimes your parents will just tell you don't do it. So where are the couples supposed to go in preparation for marriage? Because that's a key thing. And then when the sex life starts falling apart, then what do you do?
Right. You're so right. And so that was it for us. You know, as we matured and started to learn more about each other and communicating, like you said, it really made a big difference. Sex in marriage, good sex, is necessary. It's necessary.
Very good sex. But I just want to thank you so much for even delving into that subject, because it can be touchy for some married couples, because that's a huge issue. That's a part of that great divide. A lot of times my husband and I refer to it as challenges with communication, finances, and sex. So when you talked about the communication aspect, how did you approach the communication segment of the challenge with sex? How did you approach your husband with that?
Just straight up great conversation. Just, you know what? Just being truthful and talking about it. So I'm telling you, that was it.
I love how you talked about the fact that churches don't talk about it and your parents will just tell you no. So how can we effectively deal with these issues? Because you're going to have people going into marriage. You have one partner that may be more experienced. The other partner may not have any experience, which leads to confusion and dissatisfaction in the bedroom. And that's a huge, huge issue in marriages.
Right.
So what is your suggestion on how to deal with that topic? And then I'm going to go.
Oh, me first. Okay, sure. Well, really, I think we just have to talk about it. We need those candid conversations. We need it to happen. We need to hear it from the leadership. We need to hear it from strong marriages. We need to hear it from, people that have been married 20, 40 years. We need to hear about what are some of the different issues that you've dealt with and how did you overcome it. If there, just all of that. It needs to be talked about. I have a call that I do called Get It Girls, and we had it, a great conversation the other night about just having sex. Let's talk about sex. And so we had a few amazing speakers on, and we just dived right into the conversation, because your husband or your wife not being pleased with you, you need to know that. You need to know that information. You need to know, is it, a sexuality issue? Like sometimes it's not talked about. You can get into a whole other area and arena of just sexuality. And so I think it needs to be talked about, period. And no holds bar conversation too.
Yes, but we need to be able to open up those doors and not be afraid to have those conversations. A lot of in marriages, you find people, they're afraid because they're thinking it's going to cause an issue, or you're judging your spouse. No, you want to know what you can do to make your marriage better.
That's right.
So when my husband comes home, I want him to be ready to come
All right
home.
now.
When he goes on a business trip, I want him excited about coming back, that this is a place of peace, a place of joy and laughter and fun and excitement.
And good sex, from the sounds of it, honey.
Definitely. This is taboo coming from a pastor. You're like, what? But she's like, you need to know that.
Yes.
And married couples do need to know that. And it shouldn't be something that the church should shy away from. If this is created by God, we need to be able to talk about it.
That's right.
Instead, we don't back away from talking about tithes. We shouldn't back away from talking about sex with married couples.
That's right. Amen. Preach.
I just want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Colleen, we thank you so much for joining us on this segment. Make sure that you visit our website at marriagecanwin.com for additional resources to help your marriage win. See you soon.
She came and went. Y'all didn't even see her.
This time with you has been great, Colleen. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend time with us.
Thank you so much.
All right, we want to thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure you go to our website to marriagecanwin.com for additional resources to help your marriage win.